So Cris, you had a lot of options. What made you choose Bellator?
I know the beginner because I already worked with Scott Coker, and then we have a, 10 years ago I fought for 145 pound. We make history, the division, and I think this has helped me choose Bellator. I think because Bellator have my division, he's invested building 145 pound, and I think this is show me I can fight all the long time per year. This is the main thing I would like to do.
As you were waiting to make the decision, or when there was some point where people were thinking, oh, okay, the UFC obviously is going to get her again, did you already kind of have in your mind the decision that you were going to go elsewhere? Because you seemed like you were on the fence, like maybe it was a matter of if it was money or something, but after that last fight happened with the UFC, did you already know for sure you were going to go elsewhere?
After my last fight, I asked for a rematch, and they said they're going to give me. When I did my last fight, I know it's the last fight. I go a step in the cage, says this is the last one.
There was that point where I think Dana, after one of the Tuesday Night Contender Series, says if she wanted to do the fight tomorrow and they called me, I would book it. And I think somebody tweeted from your account, hey, I'm going to call, but the call never came. What happened?
Because he's a liar. He knew. He say, I'm out business cyber. I get out first. He didn't let me go. I go first. Because he don't want to make the rematch, and I have to wait a long time to the fight. But now it's the past. Now it's a new chapter in my career. He lost. Maybe you can see all the interviews they talk about me because he feel like we divorce. I now I'm another page in my career, and I'm really happy to be part of the family Bellator. Cyber Nation, welcome here. We're gonna grow in together. The promoter behind me, we're gonna grow in together. We're gonna come in and fight just inside the octagon. I'm not gonna fight the promoter outside. And I'm really happy. This is the goal for me.
I know you had said at one point you felt like Dana was hurting your brand. So how has it been coming over to Bellator and getting the arms open wide right from the get-go?
The name you can see, promoter. He's supposed to promote the fights the right way. You cannot damage the fighters because then you have to build them for be the best, doing the best fights. We make the event happen. We the fighters. You never respect us. And the name he uses promoter, but he's not doing this a lot of fighters.
And when McCarthy was up there talking, he said oh, you get a shot at Julia Budd. It made it seem like it was a definite happening. Is that the only fight that you want? And is that fight in the works?
I never choose my opponents. I was training, getting ready for who Scott Coker would like to put me. Welcome. I just keep training. If you're gonna be Julia Budd next, I'm ready. I keep training and do my best I can for to be the first female fighter hold the photo title belt, world title.
Well, if it's not her, how soon do you want to get in there and have your first Bellator fight?
I'm wait Scott. Scott called me and said, Cris, you have a fight for you? I'm ready.
You mentioned also one of the benefits to fighting under the Bellator banner is that you can also do boxing, which you mentioned you want to do. Is there any update on that? Is that possibly happening soon?
Everybody knows, as I said, I have a dream doing a boxing fight before finishing my career, and I still have this dream. And now it's perfect because Scott Coker want to work together. He's the promoter. He say, okay, if you would like to do a boxing fight, I'm going to be with you, and this is cool. I can do MMA, I can do boxing, and then just I have to wait the opportunity. For sure, I need some time for training only boxing. For me, can do amazing fight.
Did you want to go back to kickboxing?
I would like to maybe one day have my rematch with Jorina. She's an amazing fighter. Let's see. I have a lot of options, but to go first, I get the title, go be a world champion again, Bellator.
Was there any temptation looking at the PFL 155 tournament with a big $1 million prize at the end? Did you think about that at all?
Who's gonna be the champion over there? The girls that coming to Bellator. I think Scott want to make the biggest fight, and if you're gonna be maybe 155, the girls, maybe I can go up and fight. I'm open for do anything.
Cris, you're on a multi-year, multi-fight contract, and Bellator has always had a good relationship with other promotions. Has there been talk about you possibly fighting against some of the Risen people or another promotion as well?
I'm very thankful, and then Scott say, man, I'm a promoter, and then if you're gonna be together, and if you have the opportunity, maybe fight in Japan and do something like this, for sure, I would like to do, and just keep training. This motivates me. Today, walking inside Bellator, remember me, have good memories. I fought here 10 years before. I go and Scott Coker with me, he was the boss, and then we make history together. And then now new chapter, and then I know we're gonna make new history, you know, new things, and then I'm really excited.
Last one.
So now with this move, do you think that your rivalry with Nunes is done, or do you think you might still meet sometime down the line?
You know, it's still there. Why not? It's still there. And then I talk about this with Scott and say, Scott, if you know, if you have the opportunity, you can fight Amanda, do rematch. You know, it can be champion against champion. Still can be like this. You know, he's open for that. Now I have just done it if he'll let do that. But they're gonna be amazing. But in my flat, in my back, gonna be Bellator. One fight deal. Just call us.
Chris,
Thank you.
The one thing, sorry, last one. The one thing about you is you've been tremendous with the fans. I've never seen anyone spend as much time as you do. Now with your new addition, obviously coming to Bellator, has anything changed for you in terms of just wanting to reach out more to the fans?
You know, everybody stopped me, all my fans say, Chris, I'm really happy you came to Bellator. You want to be happy. And then say Dana White. And then, you know, they always say this for me, shake my hand, they're really happy for me. You know, I always give love for my fans because everything happened in my career because they're behind me. You know, and these are just to be thankful. Like if fighters make the event happen, but the fans make the fighters. And they're just thankful for everything they do for me. Thank you. Thank you, guys.